Hello and welcome to Gronch Music, the podcast where we take your favorite album and absolutely rip it to shreds. My name is Lance, and I'm joined by two of my closest friends in the world. First up, we have a man you wouldn't want to hang around if you had both your kidneys and didn't want to end up in a bathtub down in Mexico, wondering what happened to your Friday afternoon. It's Lucas. How you doing, Lucas?
Hello. Thank you for the introduction. It was very nice.
It's my pleasure, dude. It's my pleasure. Next up, we have one of the only sources of light in this dark, cruel world. He seeks to charm you with his smile, his wit, his extensive use of Twitch emotes and normal conversations. No one has ever caught a glimpse of him after 2 a.m., but rumor is you wouldn't like what you see. It's the one and only Ross Matthew, the Garlic Lord. How you doing, Matthew?
Pog champ, yo. Thank you, Lance.
Okay.
Very good intro.
So for this podcast, basically, we're going to pick a new album each week to review. This week we chose Slint, Spiderland by Slint, which came out in 1991. What'd you guys feel about this album overall?
Holy fuck, dude. I can't believe this is the first one we chose.
Yeah.
It's so fucking crazy.
It's a little bit different than I thought it would be.
Crazy album, dude.
Oh man, it's definitely
really good.
You
it's
like it,
really
Lucas?
good. I like it a lot.
Look at how about you, Matthew? How'd you feel?
I'm like, I honestly, I still feel like I need to listen to it a bit more to really formulate like a good rating on it. But like, I'm okay with it. But there's certain points where I'm like, eh. Like I'm more indifferent.
I think I'm in the middle of you guys. I think it's pretty good. I'd give it. I'm not going to give it a rating, but I think it's pretty good. Is there any things that stick out to you guys in this album?
I guess like the most obvious one.
I mean, yeah, it's like literally poetry. It's
it's spoken
like
word.
Singing.
It's except for there's one song that is singing, but I guess we'll get to that later.
There are sections of singing that they do occasionally.
Yeah, but it's mostly
I think are pretty good.
Yeah, it's mostly like spoken word. It's very low vocals, or you can't hear them most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was listening.
I really like the audio mixing on the album. I really like the super loud instruments and the really quiet.
It's definitely very artistic.
Really
that's nice, but at the same time, I had to pull up like Genius on like the second listen through to understand what they were saying. Because some of the things I
did it on the first listen through, dude. You gotta do it.
I think
I know I'll never understand.
Partially, the vocals are like almost not meant to be heard, though.
Yeah,
like
I was picking that up as well. It's like, okay, it's definitely on purpose that I literally just cannot hear much from them, but I can hear a little bit, like a whisper, like ASMR of some sort.
That is true.
Yeah, I think it was interesting. You don't see a lot of albums where like you just can't hear anything on the audio wise. I don't think I can think of another album that's like that.
Yeah, audio wise, all the albums I like to listen to or have listened to, it's you can hear the vocals like at a very good volume. Mm-hmm. This one it feels very.
Listen, I listen to a lot of weird alternative rock. The Pixies started doing like really low volume vocals and like loud instrumentals, and then like a lot of other bands copied it. It's like a big thing in alternative rock. I've heard a lot of it.
When were the Pixies around? Like the
80s? Pixies, yeah, like late 80s, early 90s.
That's around the time this album came out then.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this like genre wise. Like when I looked this up, it's like there's a couple tags. There's like math rock attached to it. There's noise rock, spoken word,
like emo. There's like a lot of shit.
Is this kind of like where grunge started to become a thing, or is that earlier or later?
I think grunge is earlier.
Earlier, okay. Because I thought every time I hear the '90s and I talk to my parents, it's like, okay, if the '80s was disco and all that, or not early '80s and a lot of big pop music was in the 80s, and then what's the 90s? And they always say, oh, it's like grunge. It's a lot of...
I think the 90s is pretty diverse musically. Grunge is only one section of it.
Yeah.
But I guess there is that sort of... Maybe it's the evolution of how rock went into that sort of phase that they were thinking of. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Yeah.
Ross, which song on this album do you hate the most?
Do I hate the most? That's a
Yeah.
good question. Um, like each song.
Each song has
provides
something I hate
different.
about it that's very unique to
Yeah.
that song.
I have to say, can I say For Dinner?
That's the
Oh,
instrumental. Does that
okay.
count? I don't know if that
Do you like
counts.
the lyrics?
I if For Dinner, it didn't really like do much for me, because the one thing I also noticed was that every song was at least 5 minutes, and I have the attention span of a squirrel, and like I'll get bored, and I just see like a 5 minute instrumental. I'm just like, the first four, it felt very slow, and when I saw that and I was hearing this, I'm like, it's okay. I can sort of imagine it, but at the same time, it's like I feel like this needs to end faster.
Did you call the first four slow? I'm offended.
It felt
You think Nosferatu Man is a slow song?
okay.
That song is fucking crazy, dude.
That one's crazy. The
I
other
love
three,
that fucking song.
the other three are slower. Not to say I don't like the other three or the four in general. It's just like the album in general feels very like the one thing when I was thinking about this, like symbolism wise, it's like, what is Spiderland?
That's
Like
a good
to
question.
begin with.
That is a good question.
Originally, when I listened to Breadcrumb Trail, like if we go into the first track, like it felt like Spiderland was like a carnival or something, because that's what it kind of what the kind of originally that's what I thought it was starting to go through. It's like, oh, it's like a carnival, and Nosferatu Man is maybe like a sideshow attraction, like was mentioned on Breadcrumb Trail, but it felt like it was a bunch of different things, and oh shoot, where was I going with this?
I didn't get the carnival vibe at all. Like it's very like ocean themed. If you guys
To
noticed,
me,
Ocean
it just
theme.
feels,
yeah, like
it feels
there's
like
the last song's about a captain, and do you guys hear like the anchors?
yeah, oh yeah.
The anchor
There's
noise in the
okay,
last
yeah.
I
song.
don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a symmetry thing. One of the first lyrics is hold on, I think I wrote it down.
It's a symmetry.
One of the first lyrics talks about pirate ships, and then the other
Yeah.
one is about shipwrecks. I think that's something.
Oh
dude.
yeah. So okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, symmetry wise, yeah, that does.
I think it's a
Refrain.
sailing based album in my opinion.
It's a sea shanty.
I think the theme is just fucking spooky, dude. It's just a spooky album.
I noticed that, like reading through all the lyrics, that there was a theme of a lot of disconnect, or a lot of kind of
There's
breaking
a
off
disconnect
the connector.
here. Bigly?
Excuse me?
No man.
What?
Bigly?
No man.
Consider it weird.
That's enough of that. So
Sir?
Lucas, you're that's a Jake and Amir reference for those of you not in the loop.
Including me.
Lucas, so your favorite song was Nosferatu Man?
No.
Oh. What was it then?
I liked all of the songs. I would say my favorite song is probably Dawn Amon, or I'm not sure if you say Dawn Amon or Dawn a Man, but
Yeah.
I think
either
I'm in
way,
agreement. I think that's my favorite too.
it's a very, very good song.
Wait, which one?
Dawn Amon.
The third one.
Or no, what was? Oh, okay. For me, it was Washer, even though it's the longest one.
Yeah,
I
that's
said
the
it.
song with
What do
like
you think-
actual
what do you
singing
think,
in it.
What do you think Washer's about, Ross?
What do I think Washer's about?
Yeah.
Let me just pull up the lyrics really quick.
Is it about drug
well-
use? Is a washer a drug thing? I can't remember.
I'm being honest.
I don't think so. I'm not sure though.
The Washer, from what I was hearing, it didn't really strike me as a particular story like the other, like the first three songs were about, the first three tracks were about. It felt like Washer almost seems to be like it dawned on me after this track came on, listened to lyrics.
Yeah.
This was like the overarching theme.
It sounds. I heard somebody compare it to a suicide note, and I think that's like probably pretty correct. Listening to it,
Yeah.
If you look at the lyrics.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it definitely is like a suicide note.
Washer is?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think if you look at it from that perspective, it's like really obvious.
I don't want to jump backwards, but Donamon, the other thing that kind of struck me listening to that and then reading out the song track or the track title. So you said, how would you pronounce that? Is it like Donamon? or is it Dawn a Man? This is a bit of a stretch, but like the Dawn a Man pronunciation just sounds like sort of a rebirth in a way.
I agree. I think there's
Like-
probably some truth to that.
And like just okay, symbolism wise again. Looking, I think I remember I was going for when I was talking a couple minutes ago about like what is Spiderland? What is that symbolism? Like if you think of Spiderland as just like the most literal sense of just like a like a big spider nest of some sort, like there's a lot of things you can associate with like the cobwebs with what spiders do, and Dawn a Man, rebirth. That's kind of one of the big things about the symbolism of spiders. It's a lot about rebirth, and a lot of the other themes in the album sort of tie into that as well. It's very slow. It's very paced. A lot of it is constructing this very large, very heavy.
Ross, I'm gonna be honest. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about right now. I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Dawn
You're
a
speaking
Man.
gibberish
That is
to
a
me.
cool like double entendre.
Dawn a
If
Man
that's-
is.
if that's
I
the-
agree.
If that's real, that's a great double entendre.
Dawn a Man. I think it contextually with what the song is about. I think it works. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. Everything past that was just gibberish to me. I'm sorry, Ross.
It's all right.
But
I'm just trying to point out that I think there's a lot in what the titles of the track and the titles of the album have a lot in common.
Yeah, I didn't look up
Yeah.
the name, like
Makes
what the
sense.
name of it meant.
Me
I'm kinda
neither. I
curious.
did yeah.
I was looking at spiders.
I think it's
honestly.
interesting that there's only 6 songs on this album. It's like almost 40 minutes long. I think that's
Yeah.
like pretty crazy.
I like this format. I think it's cool.
Yeah, each song like
Long songs.
Yeah.
Consistently long songs. I wonder if their other album is good, dude.
oh yeah, they have one more, right?
I thought they had 3 in total. They had one from the '80s and one after this one.
I don't think so. It's just Tweez, Spiderland, and Spiderland Remastered.
What's
That's 3. That counts.
What's
Kappa.
Slint? Oh, never mind. That's those are
That's
singles.
the
Never mind.
band.
Never mind. That's what I didn't look into that very well. Whoopsies.
What
You know,
is a
Fantano
Slint?
reviewed this in 2015.
Yeah, I
Did he
saw that.
actually?
It's like the first thing
You
that
guys
comes
know
up when
that?
you Google it.
Oh man. Okay. I should have watched them. Just
No,
so
that's
all the
spoilers, dude.
content-
That's spoilers. We don't want
all the
to.
content he said. You know.
You watch it afterwards, Matthew. That's the
Okay.
rules.
I'll watch all the things that have been
That's
missed.
it. That's your reward.
What if you give it a 10
Okay.
out of 10? Would that change your opinion on the album?
Yeah, probably.
Because he probably did. Like, it's a good album, dude. I think it's like
If
very
a, if it's
respected.
a classics
I think it's a
review,
great
then-
album.
It was like on
Yeah.
it was on that like rate your music list. It was like in the top 100, I think.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I
wow.
found it.
Okay.
Or that's how I was reminded of it.
Okay.
I guess this one counts as my album, right? I think.
Yeah.
So next
Yeah.
week it's gonna be Lucas.
Uh-huh. This is a good order.
and then
the
Matthew
next week
after that.
it's me.
I'm gonna drop a fucking bomb on you guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do though.
Oh boy.
We'll see.
Can we talk about? I think I touched on this a bit earlier. How it was not my favorite track. For Dinner.
Oh, for dinner.
What about
What's for dinner?
I don't know. I was thinking, what are your thoughts on it? Because I really like.
I'm a fan of brief instrumental interludes.
But
It was like
I've
6
had them.
minutes
it's
long.
not brief though.
I've had them. Hey, it's a 5-minute song. That's brief for this album, dude.
I guess. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Listen, I've seen it in other albums. It's the shortest song on the album. It's
Yeah.
barely 5 minutes, Ross. It's so short.
I kind of yeah.
This is
I don't
the
know.
thing that I like in albums, dude. It's
I
good.
look at. I was listening to it. I was like halfway through, and my brain just kind of checked out.
Dude, the instrumentals are really good on this album. Like, it's really high quality.
It is good. I'm not gonna lie. Instrumental wise, like the themes, the lyrics, it's fine. It just felt slow for me. That's kind of like yeah.
I think
Oh,
that
fine,
that
dude.
is fair. Maybe Matthew hasn't listened to that many like bands that are like this, and it's too slow for him still.
Yeah, no, this was out of my comfort zone completely. So
Yeah.
this is.
I need to
Yeah.
show you an album that has a 3-minute kazoo interlude. It's very good.
no,
Oh
dude.
my!
I know what he's
It's
talking
really
about.
good. Do you now?
Is there only? I think there's only
Message
one man
me
that
the
would pull out
name
the
of the
kazoo on
band.
an album.
Message me the name of the band. If you get this
No,
right,
it's not.
that'll
Then I'm
be
wrong. Then
fucking
I'm wrong. I
insane.
thought it was David or the Johnston guy. I was like,
Wait, what?
I thought it was Johnston, whatever his name is. Because I was like,
Oh,
who
no,
else
you're
would pull out a
kinda close.
kazoo?
Kind of close. He probably has something like that.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Daniel Johnston. I love that guy.
I think the best instrumental song, not instrumental, like the one of the best instrumental is "Good Morning Captain." I think that's probably my second favorite song on the album.
That
Last
one is very good. I would also kind of. I would
There's like
almost. I don't know if I would agree with that.
There's
It's
like a
close.
1 minute break in the middle of it though. That's kind of a snore fest, but
Yeah. Yeah, I was listening to that, and it became very apparent. I think at that time, it's like despite it being slow, it does like to take its time to build its tension,
It's
which
like
I did like.
yeah.
It's a really visual song, dude.
And
You
then
gotta
there's
listen to the lyrics and like form a picture in your head.
Did you
It's
hear?
really good.
There's like a guitar part that literally sounds like an anchor. Someone mentioned in the comments of the YouTube video, and I listened to it again, and it's like literally an anchor
Really?
an anchor sound they make with the guitar. It's really cool.
I don't think I realized that. No.
And then it ends with a big ol' scream.
I like that. That was the ending for the album was very. It felt very. I don't know. It woke me up. I liked it. It was. It was good. It was good.
This album overall was a lot sadder than I expected it to be. I thought it was just like a indie rock album.
I don't think the album was that sad. I think Washer is very sad, and like that's pretty much it.
I felt like it was pretty emo, like the genre of emo.
Very.
It's
emo.
the instrumental is like very bummer, but like the lyrics are like pretty mundane.
Well,
Like the first one's pretty happy. It's just like a love story. Nosferatu Man is just like about fucking Nosferatu. It's just fucking cool.
Nosferatu, it was you all along. Flipping the switch. That's all I know about Nosferatu.
Same here.
He's a fucking cool guy.
I'm willing-
Don Amon is just about like a guy at a party. It's just like an alt rock song, basically.
I'm willing to debate that a lot of this is Doomer, and that Washer isn't the only one.
Oh,
that's
this
like,
is definitely a Doomer album.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah. Washer is like insanely Doomer, and Good
I'm
Morning
willing to
Captain
debate-
has like Doomer aspects.
I'm willing to debate the other songs are like on a very similar level. So I don't know how much time we have though. So
I think we got like at least 7 more minutes. I'd
Go
say.
for another like 3 hours, dude. It's fine.
have we touched? Okay, did we touch on Nosferatu Man a lot at all, or
The
we'll
fucking
backtrack
only
there?
a bit.
shrieking crazy guitar riff is like really fucking good.
That was nice. That was very.
I
nice.
fucking love this. It's just super fucking catchy, dude.
And it might be the most straightforward song I think out of all of them.
It's
I think.
fucking radical, dude.
I think
It's just
Washer.
about Nosferatu.
I thought Washer was the most
If I
pop
were to
song.
make like a horror movie, I would put Nosferatu Man in it. Like when the fucking killer shows up and he starts killing
When
people.
Nosferatu shows up.
Yeah.
Nosferatu and Nosferatu Man.
I want to make a comedy remake of Nosferatu because I read the plot and it sounds like a Ben Stiller comedy.
It does sound kind of funny though.
It's like a ridiculous.
What was it? He's trying to buy a house or
Yeah.
something.
Who's
That's
buying
good,
a
that's
house?
good.
What's the plot? I'm curious.
He's a real estate guy who goes to the dude's house because the dude's trying to like buy a house in the neighborhood, and he's like a creepy fucking vampire, and he bites him, and he like tries to suck his blood and shit.
Spoilers. I didn't
Yeah.
ask for spoilers. What the fuck?
It's fucking crazy, dude.
It's
A bunch of
funny
shit
plot, though.
happens. I forget, dude.
It's a horror movie, but like the plot
I
just
wanna
sounds
watch
really
it.
fun.
We should watch it.
Yeah.
Could watch it.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, like the one thing I remember. Okay, from Breadcrumb Trail that really struck out to me, lyric wise, was so like, he takes his fortune teller with him on a roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
It felt like to me, yeah, there was this whole like, oh, it's kind of happy, you know, it's like just like a date of some sort, right? But when he's describing the imagery and everything, it seemed more like I think there was a line that said he passed by people and he was wondering why they were waiting to look at the sideshow or something. and then but he went straight to the fortune teller, or like the white tent, I think was that it was, and found the fortune teller in there, and that felt more like he seems again on this theme of disconnection, of like everyone else is kind of distracting themselves in the world, but he's going straight for I need my purpose. I need my purpose. Like let's go now. Like I'm gonna take the fortune teller. I'm gonna take my purpose, my future, and we're to go straight. And trying to word this properly, but what I'm trying to say is that it seemed more he feels disconnected from everyone else. How everyone's very distracted while he's trying to find
He has
what he
different
wants to do now.
priorities. He has different priorities.
But he feels very alone doing so at the top of the roller coaster, viewing everyone from above. Yeah. If that makes any sense.
I didn't get that too much into the lyrics. I only briefly read through the Genius.
True.
But yeah.
It can be kind of confusing though. I had to listen to it a couple times before thinking that this might make sense or may not make sense.
How do you guys feel about
that? I like it from a very literal interpretation, dude. I just think it's like an introverted guy just trying to be romantic. I think if you look at it like literally when you're listening to the lyrics, it's like really good imagery.
Is it about one dude or is it just a bunch of stories?
Because what, like breadcrumb trail, like the one song?
Oh no, not the one song, just like the entire. Oh, are you talking about the album or the song?
I'm talking about breadcrumb trail.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, then yes, I agree. Yeah, it's just like one dude, very introverted, very disconnected, just trying to find his way.
How do you guys feel about the hidden 7th track on this album? The mysterious, what is it called? Something Quarry?
Utica Quarry Nighttime, that I didn't listen to because I listened to this album on Spotify.
I wish I did. I wish I listened to the 7th Secret. Apparently it's just like... It's apparently like 30 minutes of background noise from the quarry where they took the picture for the album.
That's a quarry.
I think it's it.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess the last thing to wrap up, what do you think about this
Should I take some mushrooms and just put that on my headphones and lock myself in the closet?
You'll probably have a bad trip. That's like a guaranteed bad trip, I think.
Oh god.
Yeah, but I got to do it for the channel. I got to do it for the content.
Okay. Feel free. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could totally do it.
Can't stop you.
And then follow that up by number 9.
You can't stop me.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm kind of getting obsessed with number 9, dude. I'm very interested in that song.
Man, what the fuck? What about it, Lance?
I don't know. It's like so bad, but also so good. It's John Lennon's masterpiece.
My friend's a Beatles fan. I piss him off every time I say number 9 is my favorite song. He just, I mean, obviously, no one likes it. So.
Number 9?
Not a real Beatles fan.
Number 9?
True.
Wait, what'd you say, Lucas?
He's clearly a pleb Beatles fan.
Oh yeah, if you don't appreciate John Lennon's masterpiece, then you're not a real Beatles fan.
Sure.
We all know that Beatles have nothing on 100 gecs, so...
What's up, you little piss babies?
You wanna know I just came up with a theory for Revolution 9. You wanna hear it?
Yeah, hit it quick.
It's extremely offensive. You might have to mute it for YouTube.
Okay, I could do that.
But basically, I think that it's a sent by that he's being in an by and he's sending a to all the men of the world to and save him and that's why it's called Revolution 9 because it's the revolution of and that's my theory.
How about the song Revolution 1 that isn't about that stuff?
I don't know.
Didn't Yoko Ono help with that song like a lot?
Yeah, dude.
So she's plotting.
It was right under her nose.
That's an interesting theory, Lucas. I'll keep that in mind.
That's my theory.
Okay, you guys want to move on to the segment where we nominate one of these songs for an album? I think this is clearly the Doomer playlist, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, like I feel like obviously "Washer" is the most Doomer song.
I think Dawn Amon is the one that sticks out the most, though.
I don't think it's doomer. I think it's just good.
I have to agree with Lucas on this one. Washer is also my favorite, and it kind of really portrays the album really well. I have to go with Washer, and I have to say,
fair enough.
Very doomer. Very doomer.
It's a hard doomer. Washer. Okay, that's fair. To end this, Lucas, you want me to ask you a question? I've been dying to ask you this question for like weeks now. Let me pull it up.
Please ask me a question.
Let me pull it up. Okay, Lucas. Would you expose yourself permanently to infrared radiation for the rest of your life for $2.5 million? So everywhere you walk, you'd be under the influence of infrared radiation.
How strong? I'm not a scientist.
Pretty strong. Pretty strong, and you're not allowed to look up the effects of what it does to you beforehand.
Okay,
$2.5 million. Think of all the things you could buy. I'd say like a low amount, actually. I'll change my mind.
Okay. A low amount
of infrared
radiation?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think that I could prove that this is happening to me and then sell myself to Elon Musk and he can just do whatever to my body. And I would have a happy life like that. So I think I would do it.
Well, Lucas, you are right. It is happening to you. We're all emitting infrared radiation. It was a trick question the whole time.
Exactly.
We all are made of heat.
Fuck.
Well, you answered it correctly, so...
I'm so mad that Lance didn't ask me that one. I already knew what I was going to
say. Exactly. That's why I didn't ask you. I know Lucas doesn't know the sciences, dude. Come on.
I don't know science, dude.
You know a little bit.
This guy
is
of radiation. You said a high level.
Lucas, it's fine.
Did you not?
I don't know. I said low.
But at the beginning, you said if your body emitted a high level of infrared radiation.
I said medium, I think. At first.
I think you said I don't know, dude.
And I think your body does emit a medium amount. Matthew, do you know?
I don't really know.
Because you can see it with like thermal vision and stuff. So.
It's like your body, like you can treat everything.
Every type of radiation a little bit.
Yeah, the Earth itself emits
the sun emits a bunch too. Okay, that's it. That's it for the podcast. Episode 1 of Gronch Music over. Okay, goodbye, everybody.